Hello friends, and welcome back to Domestic Diva. If this is your first time stepping by, my name is Sonja and you are watching Domestic Diva DIY. Today I will be creating a little outdoor caddy out of these David's Tea tins. I have so many of these because I buy David's Tea often, and I tend to keep them instead of throwing them out because you never know what you might need them for. I have done DIYs with these before. I will link it down below, but today I am going to create a little caddy. And here are so I've got the three 200-gram tins. I have an end of a broom that I cut up. I have used this for a different project, but this was a piece was left, so I just cut it to size. And then I also have a bath curtain ring that I'm using. So all of these were leftovers from different projects, and instead of throwing them out, I'm using them for this DIY. Speaking of trash, and this DIY is part of a challenge hosted by Casey from Coffee with My Sunshine. It is called Using Trash to Create Treasure, and it's pretty self-explanatory. Create something from something that you would throw out typically. And her co-host for this one is Heidi Sambles DIY. So Heidi from Heidi Sambles DIY. I love participating in these challenges. I do it every month, and I will have a full list of them linked down below. So beside the materials that I showed you, I will also be using, which if you watch my DIY, I have been using this very often. It is the antique pewter forge Rust-Oleum spray paint. I'm just about done with it. Hopefully I will have enough to do this project. And you will need a hot glue gun. So first thing I'm going to do is I am going to assemble these. So I just want to make sure that I do this right. So I'm going to put this straight in the middle. So I'm going to put hot glue all along this. And it's okay to go with generously. This time I always say don't go too much, but this time around it's okay. And then I'm gonna do the same thing here. And I'm also going to put a little bit on the side, so that way they get attached there. And then I'm going to put some on this one, and of course I just ran out. We're so happy that our dollar store finally got these giant glue sticks back. They didn't have them for a while. And the dollar store I'm talking about is the Dollarama. Okay, so those are there, and then I'm going to hot glue this on top. So I'm just gonna give this a second to dry, and then I'm going to spray paint it. So this had some time to cure, so I'm going to spray paint it now. Well, that's a bummer. It doesn't want to work. There is still some in here. I do feel I hear it. Let me just see if I can Maybe it's just a little clogged. I think that was the problem. No. Ooh, spraying everywhere. All right. Let's see if this will work. All right, there we go. So it was a little bit clogged. Alright, so I'm going to let this dry and come back at it again. So while this is drying, I just want to mention that this video is part of a challenge. So what that means is I will have both of the hostess channels linked down below, so you go check them out. They are great DIYers. They have tons and tons of inspiration on their channels. Heidi is currently doing daily DIYs for the month of July. Casey always has trash to treasures, tons of inspirational ideas. So make sure you check out both of their channels for some awesome DIY inspirations. I know I get tons of it from them, so make sure you check it out. So here it is, all finished, and I was a little bit concerned about all the streaks, but I kind of am liking the fact that there are, I just think it kind of adds a little bit more character to that forged metal. If you watched all my other, because I have been on this ultimate kick with that spray paint, and I have created several different projects, but then I ended up adding different paints to it just to add a little bit more dimension. But I am loving it just as is, and I think it's gonna be a great thing for me just to take outside with all the cutlery, especially for having a very impromptu. I also created similar thing a couple weeks ago. I will link it down below, where I have these little buckets, but I ended up using actually those buckets for something else. And so I needed something for my cutlery, and I think this was perfect, and for $0. I'm sure at the HomeSense I would be paying for something along these lines at least $13-14, if not more. So I would like to thank Casey and Heidi for hosting this challenge. I love participating in it, and if you're stopping by from their channels or from the playlist, welcome. I hope you consider subscribing and pressing the notification bell for all my upcoming DIYs. And remember, this channel is becoming a DIY channel only in July, because I have created 2 other channels for all my cooking and home decor and cleaning. So if you want to follow me on any of those, everything will be linked down below. So until next time, hope you guys have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for watching.